We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live.
Yes. Hey, man, let's jump right into it. Another week, another Tiffany story. I mean, they continue coming out, and this one is even crazier than the other one. I mean, last week we covered her, her right-hand man, Louis Lacey, and now this week we're gonna cover an ex-assistant who's also still part of the Thornton Township. Maybe throwing her under the bus? Let's talk about it. RJ.
Yeah, Tiffany. Say her name 3 times and she'll spend your money. I don't. I think Tiffany
You
is
and that bro.
delusional. There was a meeting last week. It went terrible.
Yeah.
She just, sometimes you think, sometimes when people talk so much crap, you ask yourself, does this person really believes what she's saying? And I think she does. And I think she believes other people believe her too. But before we proceed, hey guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Hit that notification icon.
Yeah, man. Let's start from the top. So, for those who don't know, Tiffany Henyard was elected in 2021 as the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, as the town of Dalton. She quickly basically gained a lot of a reputation for her bold leadership. I mean, she was talking crazy, doing dressing up as Nino Brown, and through that, she also dubbed herself as the super mayor. But with the boldness came also a lot of allegations of corruption. At this point, it seems like these walls are clearly closing in on Tiffany relating to those corruption accusations. All the lavish spending seems to be catching up. And what happens when the ship is sinking? The rats start fleeing the ship. Like I said before, we talked about Louis Lacey last week. He's caught up in a kerfuffle with that fraud case he's in. He's probably gonna tell. He's definitely gonna tell because that's the only reason why they charged him with that fraud case. And now we have the trustee and former assistant who is stepping in and throwing Tiffany under the bus. RJ.
Yeah, definitely. I think let me say it like this. If he starts talking, or as
You
a
mean-
mob, I saw a mob documentary one time.
You mean
I forgot
Lewis, right? You're talking about
What?
Lewis right now. Lewis.
What?
You're talking about Louis Lacey. If he starts talking.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait.
continue.
I don't. What are you saying?
You said if he starts talking. I'm asking you. You're pointing to Louis Lacey to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, if the birds start singing, which I think will happen, she's gonna be in more problems. I don't think they. I don't think they need like essential evidence anymore. They just need the slam dunk. And so all other evidence that can help with I think this is going to be a prosecution, is welcome.
Yeah, and what also helps right now, the trustee Carmen Carlisle, once a close ally, has now stepped forward with explosive allegations accusing Henyard of unethical and predatory behavior aimed at increasing her influence and also spending all taxpayers' dimes. Hey, it's I mean, these claims, I mean, we all know that she's been spending after the Lori Lightfoot investigation. It was clear that there's a lot of unexplained spending, 33,000 on Amazon, and I mean these claims are mounting. They are mounting, and uh, there is no way out. And Carlisle's decision to speak up basically came after I think partially probably came after the Lori Lightfoot investigation. I have a video for us to take a look at, to listen to actually, as it's a news report talking about this situation. Fair use.
Politician Tiffany Henyard has lost another key ally. Until recently, Henyard enjoyed near unanimous support on the Thornton Township board, but now trustee Carmen Carlisle says after trusting Henyard and remaining silent, she will be a whistleblower against Henyard. Carlisle released a statement to WGN that reads in part, "For the past 2 years, Henyard has manipulated employees, vendors, and residents using her position to increase her influence, all while projecting a false image of success funded by the hardworking taxpayers of Thornton Township and the village of Dalton. Henyard shows no accountability or conscience for her actions against employees or taxpayers." Henyard has denied wrongdoing and claims her opponents are out for what she calls clickbait. Tomorrow at 9, tune in for exclusive new reporting on Henyard's spending that she tried to keep secret.
Man, now we're getting gaslighted out here.
Yeah. Yo, I didn't understand what gaslighting was until now. I mean,
Bro,
I mean,
you're spending
all the-
people's
so-
money.
so in law, so this is not, I'm just going to make an analogy. So this is an analogy. It's not an ongoing court case. In law, when there's a court case, and you have two parties, of course. Usually your defense is, if you want to know how extensive your defense should be or how well supported, how substantiated it should be, you should take a look at what the level of substance that the other party used to substantiate its claim. So if someone is saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you can simply say clickbait. That's not a defense.
Well,
if they're showing numbers, if they're showing statistics, if multiple people are coming forward and testifying or claiming certain things, you can't simply, your defense can't be they hating on a black woman. Your defense can be it's clickbait. Your defense can be they just jealous. Come on, man. Come on, Tiffany.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Am I wrong? Come on. Am I wrong? for
You're not
thinking?
wrong. You're
Am I
not
wrong for
wrong.
thinking? Am I
Maybe
wrong?
she's elevated. Maybe
What?
she's next level. She's
Yeah.
next level.
Stay positive, y'all. Stay positive, y'all. This is a spiritual battle.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you all.
I think she
Your
needs an,
money's
ex-
been spent.
an
There ain't no
exorcism.
way. She's gonna pray for everyone in the town. No, but it's. I mean, let's be honest. It's
Can you imagine?
yeah.
Can you imagine you're living? So she's living in a town where she's the only one that's doing good, and everyone else is doing bad, and she's trying to help them to see the light. She sounds like a conquistador. It's crazy what she's talking. It's
Those who don't know,
crazy.
the story goes the conquistadores were the first one who landed in South America, trying to enlighten the natives out there, and they got let's say they got a well treat let's say liquid gold poured down their throats. Oh no! Oh no! Are you referring to that part?
No, I'm not referring to that part.
No, I'm just setting you up. I'm just setting you up. I'm just setting you up. Yo, hey, are they lining her up for the gold that will go through her throat? I'm not sure. Guys, don't. We don't condone violence over here. So even though, well, no, we don't. Stay safe out there. She will get got by the FBI. I mean, she will get got by the FBI. It's just a matter of time. But I'll tell you this much. Last week we also reviewed one of the a Dalton citizens who basically responded to one of our videos. Shout out to that person. And it seems like there are still people in the town that supports Henyard, and that's mainly because of her generosity towards, let's say, the elderly people, organizing bingos and all that stuff. And the Thornton Township basically put a halt to that. What happened is they limit the spending in a special meeting. And this is what our beloved Tiffany had to say about that. Well, beloved,
Absence of the township's 5 sitting trustees, Supervisor
Fair
Tiffany
use.
Henyard's attempt at a special meeting was more of a soliloquy.
I am out to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments. There will be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on in Thornton Township.
When can we address you?
Henyard called Wednesday's special meeting, she said, in response to a series of ordinances the village's board passed last week to manage event spending. In video
we're talking about event spending. Listen to this.
of the August 20th meeting provided to ABC7 by the Lansing Journal, Trustee Chris Gonzalez said,
Or the administration can adhere to some financial limits. We're not looking to necessarily cut stuff out.
with that ordinance passed, Henyard claims township services abruptly ground to a halt.
They was not able to get certain services, whether it was gift cards for a big bingo. Monday, the staff was not able to even buy ice cream for the seniors.
Let me repeat that. I'm gonna go back. You hear what she's talking about? What money did they halt? Again, DJ rewind.
The staff was not able to even buy ice cream for the seniors.
Last week's meeting also
And
addressed the
before
issue
that,
For a big bingo services, whether
ground to a halt.
they was not able to get certain services, whether it was gift cards for a big bingo. Monday, the staff was not able to even buy ice cream for the seniors.
Last week's meeting also addressed the issue of township credit cards. Trustees moved to put a township credit card in Henyard's name for accountability.
We need to put some safeguards in place to regulate what's spent on the credit card.
I do not want a credit card. I do not deal with money.
Earlier this month, former Mayor Lori Lightfoot revealed the village of Dalton, where Henyard also serves as the mayor, racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card purchases after Henyard's critics walked out Wednesday night. One Thornton Township resident who remains says she still has faith in her supervisor.
She's really trying to really help people. Whereas the trustee, they don't know what they're doing. Why didn't they show up?
Tiffany Henyard, who is also the mayor in
this
Hey,
is
man,
what that person was pointing out.
That business owner says this is the fourth time.
Whoa. Yes. So, yeah, she was basically, as you could hear, she was pointing out to the Thornton Township that they blocked the spending on the gift cards for the bingo she organized, and also the ice cream that they couldn't, let's say, give to the elderly. This is the exact thing that person said in the comments. This is crazy. RJ, Seems like that person might have been an insider.
Yeah. It reminds me of something I read about uh let me just preface this. We're living in a great era. So the social media era, it has its downsides for sure, but it's great for memes that are quick. So they're quick with the jokes. So I saw a video of Kamala Harris talking about how she prepared how she pre- how she prepares what was it? Collard greens. And the reaction of a person says let me read it because I think I have to quote it. It says, rent is $3,250 and she's talking about washing greens in a tub. Oh man. So it's amazing to me when I hear
Delusional. People are delusional, dude.
it's amazing to me
Disconnect.
when and this goes
Disconnect.
for both. It's just politics. This is just politics. But it's amazing to me how I don't know if it's easy, but let me know. Let me change the question. What do you think they think of us, people who consume information, right? So I'm not just talking about Americans, Canadians, whatever. I'm just talking about the people who consume. What do politicians think about us when they answer questions like this or try to get our support by talking about things that don't matter? Or, I mean, and deflection, because what Tiffany did, come on, man. It's just,
That's crazy. I think
I want
she,
her if I had a basketball team, I want her to be the shot blocker. Because
well,
she's gonna get a lot of steals with all the deflection. So no,
yeah,
it's great.
but to be honest, I think majority of the cases they know that 90% of the people it will go over their head. So I think that's the thing they are counting on majority of the time, and you see that clearly with politics. It starts to become more like a different silos. No one is listening to the other's ideas. It's like politics has become like a. I was talking to someone. Politics earlier this week. Politics has become like it's no different than cheering for a franchise, a sports
Yeah.
team, a football club,
Oh, yeah, it's just a fan
Real
club. Yeah.
Madrid,
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls,
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Take me.
uh, uh,
Take my example. Take my example.
Detroit
Detroit Pistons.
Pistons, or people who are cheering for franchises that are not here anymore. For example, New England Patriots. Anyway, people are not critical of the ideas that are presented to them from their, let's call it, the team they cheer for. So they know people are not critical, so they give you BS ideas that don't make any sense, that won't help you go forward because they know you'll vote for them anyway. They assume you're a dummy that follows the team blindly. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Ain't no way someone does what she does. In this case, I'm talking about Tiffany Henyard. She does what she does and still think it's acceptable to sit there in front of the camera and blatantly, I'm not gonna say lie, tell untruths,
Yeah.
deflect. Ain't no
Yeah.
way. She knows the people that support her will do that blindly. And there is a chance I hope not for the city of Dalton, but the town of Dalton. But I hope not that people turn around and vote her in again. But there is a chance. There's always a chance.
Do you think
The
so?
only
I
way
mean, there's
to
always
do
a
it,
chance.
I
There's
can
always a
give
chance.
you guys the solution. The solution was here in 2020.
2020.
Who was hit the most in 2020?
Who was hit the most in 2020? Due to Uncle Vit?
I'm not gonna say any. You're not gonna get any word out of me because whatever I'm gonna say, it could mean that I'm implicating myself in a crazy story. So all I'll say is what happened in 2020. Who was hit in 2020? What happened if someone is hit? Less votes will go through them because that particular target group is not here anymore. Anyway, that's a joke, guys. RJ.
You always try this. You always go there. You know what I find funny, KR? Because sometimes I say some things and you're like, whoa, RJ, are you trying to sink the show? So, but you always you're throwing the alley-oop and you're expecting me not to dunk. You're expecting me not to you're expecting me not to take it that far. And I don't get it.
Now you get it, I guess.
Well, so all I'll say is this, Kara. The elderly are being replaced.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Please don't say it. Look at Colorado. That's where he's heading
Los
to.
Ancianos. The elders will be called Los Ancianos in a bit.
Hey guys, we're gonna cover that story in Colorado maybe next week. Let us know in the comments if you think we should cover it. It's a crazy story.
I think the border is gonna move up. I think New Mexico is just gonna be called Mexico, and and then Colorado will be New Mexico.
No, I think they might nuke that to a couple of states to get off the road. Hey man.
The advantage is that they don't have to change the name of the state.
Yeah.
It's already pronounceable.
All right, man, it's crazy, guys. We want to hear from you. What's your input on this Dalton story? Do you think Henyard's days in office are numbered, or do you think that illogic people will help her to stay in office? How do you think this will develop? Have you ever, maybe that's another question, have you ever experienced local government corruption? And have you seen what happened? Let us know in the comments what you think about that. Share with us. It's we like that conversation. We like to learn more. Shout out to everyone from Dalton who are commenting in the down below. And guys, wish you all the luck, and don't forget to vote, man. Vote for transparency. Vote for a better Dalton. RJ.
Yes. Your votes matter, but after voting, hold people accountable as well.
Yep.
Because it doesn't. If you get finessed into voting someone, that's one thing. Because someone can change up on you, right? But after that, I think what Dalton is doing, at least they're putting some pressure. It seems like, and they're taking accountability. They try to take ownership back over their town through clickbait. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And with that being said, KR, we can move to the next segment.
Before I go to the next segment, let's take a time for some time to acknowledge the new subscribers. I want to thank you guys for subscribing to the show. Don't forget to also subscribe on the Clips channel, where we basically cut out the best parts of these shows. Yeah, click on that subscribe button so you don't have to watch the full show. You can just look at the highlights. Yeah, welcome to the Double Touch Show community. We don't actually have an official name yet, but I think we're working on it. There are a couple of new things coming up, I think, in the near future. We're developing some ideas, and maybe you will see the differences within a month or two or so. But yes, let's go to the next segment. The Reddit story. RJ, you always have a great Reddit story for us. Maybe you have a story about Tiffany, or that reflects some corruption, or maybe you have another story. RJ, what kind of story do you have for us today?
Yes. Guys, thank you.
Don't forget the
Thank
banner, by the way.
you. What did you say?
Don't forget the banner, by the way.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I also want to give a shout out to the elders. We respect you in the community. And with that being said, we can move to the story. This is the Reddit I found for today. I found interesting to discuss today. And it goes as follows. My husband, so the title is My Husband of 32 won't let me sleep for the purpose of control. So she's asking, so the woman is 28, 4 years, a 4-year age gap. And she's asking whether or not it's due to the need to control her that he's refusing to let her sleep. And the story goes as follows. I'm a morning person, rarely sleeping past 7:30 a.m. Even if I stay up late, which is seldom past 11 p.m. My husband occasionally experiments with different sleep schedules and values minimal sleep, which is his choice. However, he tries to control my sleep by waking me up earlier, regardless of how late I went to bed or whether my sleep was disrupted. Oh, you got a new one today. He wakes up at 4:30, 5 a.m., and works from home before heading to the office. Did I write this? I need to see if this is about me. Let me finish the story. He often wakes me up at 6:30 a.m. And if I'm upset, he comes back 15 to 30 minutes later. On weekends, he gets frustrated if I stay in bed on my phone after waking, even though I'm awake and out of my bed by 8 a.m. Despite years of asking him not to wake me, he continues, justifying it by saying he wants to say good morning before leaving. Aw. But he often pulls the covers off if I'm awake on my phone and insists I get out of bed. So when she's awake on her phone, he pulls the cover up. I'm only trying to get 8 hours of sleep, not oversleeping. Please know this is not a constant occurrence, and yes, I express my anger and frustration when being woken. So the question she has is whether or not he's doing this because he wants to control her. KR.
I would guess this concept was brought up in a talk she had probably with one of her girlfriends, because trying to control women by waking up early, that's a crazy concept.
A crazy jump.
There's better ways to I don't want to say this, but I've heard that there are better ways to control people. But I think this is half of the story, right? I would like to hear more, because this is just okay. He wakes her up. Is she someone who's a stay-at-home mom, Is she someone who works from home mainly? Does she even have a job? Or is she just a stay-at-home wife? Maybe. I don't know. This is a I don't have enough information to give you a good assessment. But I'm pretty sure this is not a way to control someone. Um, there are better ways to control someone by not giving them any money, which is called financial abuse these days.
All right. So I think when I read it, it seemed to me like the guy is not a lazy not a lazy person. He wakes up
No,
early, he experiments with routines, he wakes up early, he works from home before going to work. So it seems like he is a go-getter. And she's not. I don't know if she's a stay-at-home wife, but I do think that she doesn't have I don't think she's a business owner. Let me put it like this. I also don't think she has like a job with high responsibility, with a lot of responsibility. So it seems like she has a relatively easy life. And I agree with I think if I can put myself in his shoes, I think he sees the woman as lazy. So he's
yeah,
like, come on, wake up, do something. Why are you laying in bed? Do something. Don't let the day go by. You wake up, do something. And the woman, I can imagine for the woman, if that's not her priority, why would she do it? So I think the laziness, or at least he sees it as lazy, and it's bothering him.
I
So
have a
let's
question.
yeah, should.
In that case, is it his fault or her fault?
I don't think it has to do with fault. I think it has to do with two separate lifestyles. But
What I mean with fault is this is a pattern that was shown early on. If you
yeah,
don't
I
nip
think
a pattern in a bud, it will always grow bigger. On both sides.
yeah.
On both sides. I'm talking about both sides in this case.
Yeah. Sometimes sometimes habit develop, sometimes habit worsen. I'll tell you this though, to have two people who are go-getters wake up early. Let's say if she had her own business and was also waking up early and working hard, it would be very challenging as well. So I think what he just wants her to do is do something, just wake up and do something. I don't think we can talk about fault here. I do think that all relationships have incompatibilities, just how you
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yes,
But
yes.
for example, due to me having a my own law firm and doing the double touch show, I find myself I was a very patient person, and I'm still patient, but I have a lot of patience, but I don't have patience for pity parties. I don't have that patience because we all go through things in life, and but just wake up every day, do something. What I find extremely I- um, dis- disturbing is a very heavy word, but it disturbs. I don't find it disturbing, but this disturbs me. So this is a me problem. It's not other people problem. But if I wake up, work out, come to work early, and I see an employee coming in like this, to me, that's like, come on, wake up. We're here to work. Let's do something. And I think that's what he's feeling. But if that's the woman you married, then that's what she is.
He accepted it in the beginning.
But why? So my question is, why is he, is from what I'm reading, I don't see it's, and I do agree with you. We should hear his side of the story. Fully agree, because we don't know why he's doing it. Yeah. because of course she's telling her side of the story, but maybe saying go and do something. Yeah, I agree. And results speak for
It,
for
it,
themselves. So
it's
results.
a difficult situation, right? I understand what you're saying. And he's trying to get her to going, but what I'm talking when I said fault, I mean like he accepted it in the beginning. It's not like
So
if someone has a
Dakion,
different lifestyle, you gotta ask yourself, right? Do you want to stay together or not, or maybe not? If that's it, I mean, if
yeah, but
you
there
are
are
willing to look
major.
past, give me a second. If you're willing to look past certain things, you shouldn't come back to it and try to change her. Then that's what I'm trying to say.
I understand, but what I'm saying is there are always things you will never be 100%
Yes,
compatible.
that's what I'm trying to say. I agree with you. If you're past that, if you accept the incompatibility on that side, why you're going back and try to change her?
Because when you're in a relationship, the small things become big things.
Okay, yeah, you might be right.
And so it's just this is just relationship thing. You know, you think like, oh, look at her, look at this Barbie. She looks so good, well dressed, well makeup. I like walking with her because everyone sees me walking with her and they're like, oh, look at her. She's very beautiful, and I'm walking with that princess. But that princess takes 3 hours to get ready, and you're always late. You're gonna get annoyed, but that's part of the price you have to pay. That's the price you have to pay for what you want. So, yeah. In any case, let's see. Dekion says he needs to f off, and if he refuses it, get a different room, and lock the door. If that doesn't help, leave because he won't change his attitude. I'm guessing Dekion is mediocre and single. Detached retina says, "I fucking I'd snap." That's what she said. I'd snap. No, I couldn't deal with that. Oh man. I know Francesca says, I know I hated it. As a kid, my parents used to do it to me. I cannot imagine being an adult and having my partner try to parent me. Can you imagine having a partner? Jasper John says this is a third instance of sleep abuse I've read here in the past month. One wife doing it to her husband, with two
Oh
husbands doing
my,
it to their wives.
oh my God.
This is
Sleep
so
abuse.
abusive and so easy to hide. Total control move and actually
Y'all need
cruel. He
God.
chased the
Y'all need
spouse
to
back
find God.
and pleaded to be allowed to sleep. To no avail. Disgusting.
Find God. Sleep abuse. So financial abuse is now turned into sleep abuse.
Minos Kalti says, I'm married to a dude who needs way less sleep than I do. Want to know what that means for me. Glad you didn't ask. He gets up quietly, dresses in our in suite so the light doesn't wake me. Goes downstairs to have his breakfast and do what he wants to do before coming back upstairs. Do what he wants to do or who he wants to do. Um, to switch the coffee pot on 50 minutes before my alarm is due to go off, so it's ready for me when I get up. When I told him what a luxury this is for me, when we first started dating, he sat me down and said something you need to hear. Making accommodations to fit in beside your partner in life isn't behavior you should be celebrating and fangirling over. It is the little bare effing minimum you should expect, tolerate, or accept. What you have is disrespectful at best and abusive at worst. For me,
Hmm.
this is the
No one
first,
asked why she's staying.
because she can wake up at 8. That's why she's. That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
gonna say anything. Everyone can take their conclusions, man. I mean, sometimes you gotta accept what some income. Yeah, well, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, don't forget to let us know your opinion in this of the situation in the comments. Let us know whether you agree, disagree with our takes, whether you think this is control, because that's the woman's concern. She's concerned that he's trying to control her by interrupting her sleep and her morning routine. So So I heard
Yeah.
of. So we had the
I'm pretty
physical.
sure she wants to be controlled because out
we-
there in the streets, the money ain't right. I'll tell you that
we-
much.
yeah. So we all know. So we all knew physical abuse. Then it became mental and emotional abuse. They created financial abuse. Now we have sleep abuse. I mean, at this point.
Hey man, y'all need to find God. That's what you guys need to do. This is crazy.
Y'all
This
need Jesus
cannot
in your
be.
life.
I need
All right.
Jesus.
Hey, that was it for the Reddit segment. KR, we can move
Yes,
to the next segment.
next segment. Today on the segment topic, we're gonna talk about Dame Dash, former co-founder of Rockefeller Records. It seems like the question we gotta ask ourselves is Dame Dash officially broke? RJ, we're gonna
Yeah,
dive
I
a bit deeper into that
heard the
story.
story. I saw crazy. Well, I saw a video of him. But probably we're gonna discuss it as well about him asking for 10 milli, offering an extra gift as well as a seemed seemed like he was trying to trying to incentivize a higher price or a high price by giving an additional reward. And when I heard, when I got the rest of the story a couple of days later, I was like, oh, that's why the number was very specific. So we'll dive deeper into that one. But guys, before we proceed, remember to subscribe, hit that like button so you can rate the show. Don't forget to check us out on our other socials. And after you subscribe, hit the notification icon as well so you stay up to date when we drop new videos.
Yeah, man. Let's dive first into the part you referred to because for those who don't know, Rockefeller Records co-founder Dame Dash is right now in a slight of a kerfuffle for reasons for he was in a lawsuit, and due to that lawsuit he will have to sell off his stake in Rockefeller Records. We're talking about a third. The Rockefeller Records was founded by Biggs, Dame, and Jay-Z. But there are a lot of things attached to that situation right now. It seems like he has unpaid taxes, child support, and that's probably going to delay the auction of his shares. But let's go first to watch what RJ was referring to. I think he was referring to this clip right here, Fair Use. This was a clip that he released right after they announced the sale of his share in Rockefeller Records. Fair Use.
As we all know, 1/3 of Rockefeller Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, or not. We'll see who shows up. But I definitely got some very healthy offers, and I appreciate those. And, obviously, if someone's trying to hate on the price or trying to devalue it, it would be because they want to buy it, like a first right of refusal. So if you do want to buy 1/3 of Rockefeller Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over 10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot. You get an original Rockefeller chain from off my neck. So, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Rockefeller chains when Rockefeller really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Rockefeller chain. You get one of these, this is legit. This is the old school one from off my neck. Like how when I took one off my neck and gave one to Kanye, Cameron, all that. So again, if you're going to call, please have the intention of spending some real money and actually completing the transaction. But if you come with the right amount of money, you're going to get a chain. Or, at least you'll have to battle with homeboy on the first right of refusal. How?
RJ, want to say something about this?
Yeah, I was referring to this clip, and when I saw it, I mean, say what you want about Dame. It's very controversial. He might be broke, but this man was essential
Essential, yeah.
to the growth of Rockefeller, the Rockefeller brand.
Rockefeller.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Rockefeller with a AH. Or should I put a Z behind it? Rockefellers. No, I'm just kidding. So the Rockefeller brand, the Rockefeller brand, Rockefeller, was it Rockaware? So the
Rockaware, yeah.
apparel, clothing, everything. This man is a businessman before anything. But we talked about this in the past. He seems to dominate one part of the business very good, which is selling. Because that's a hell of a thing to say, right? If you have like diehard fans with money, to have a chain, the original chain, hey, that's a good thing to have. And I'll get the shares. Now there's
Who
an
do you
asterisk,
think-
I understand, but
Right.
that's
Come on, man, come on. Let's be honest. I don't know if this is a good sales pitch or not. The
I
people
think
who
it
got to
is. I
fork
think it
off
is
that
because-
10 million, they don't
I
care
think
about a $10,000 chain, to be honest.
the reason why I think it is, and this is what listen, the reason why I think it is the same reason why people pay a bunch of money, millions of dollars in sports cards to collect. When you're talking about collectors will so let me change it. Only a collector would pay that amount if that's not the value of the shares.
No one collects.
If you're talking about, let me ask you this, KaiR. If you imagine when Double Touch Show has popped off and we're good, we're set for life, and we have billions and billions of money in our bank account, right? That was my Trump impression, by the way. But and you hear that you can get a Bill Belichick notebook, for example, in which where he drafted all his strategies, his strategies before making it official. So the scrapbook, I know for sure that you will buy it. I know that for a fact. If money is an issue, you would
now
buy
you
it.
thank
Because-
all leverage, all negotiation leverage I had. But thank you. Continue.
What did you say?
Now you thanked all my negotiation leverage I had, but thank you.
Why do you say that?
You just showed them my hand. You got. Why would I say that? You just told them I would buy it without thinking. But continue. You already sunk my ship. So continue.
Right.
But I'll be honest. So there's a difference between what you're saying, though.
Okay,
So
sure.
we're talking about
Let me just finish this.
shares of the company.
Let me just finish this. The book he bought probably for $3.
Yeah.
And a pen he bought for $1 max. And he was writing and it's messy and it's scrappy. So the value isn't that much. And it's probably old and it's probably tarnished, but you would still pay for it as a collector's item. And so that's what I think. That's why I think it was smart of him to include the chain. Let me put in a term that you would understand. That's his Hail Mary. NFL season is about to start. That's his Hail Mary.
This is definitely a Hail Mary. I do agree with you on that. The fact he's trying to to anchor the price at 10 million, that means that the price is probably lower than that, the worth of the share. So for him to anchor that and say, hey, 10 million and I'm gonna sweeten the pot, that means that's probably worth 7 or something like that. Maybe 8, maybe 9, but it's not 10, because if it was 10, he wouldn't anchor it at that point. This is sales talk, right? He anchored it. It's clear. And and there's a difference between what you said.
Okay.
Collector's item versus a stock or a share of a company. You buy a share in a company not as a collector's item. No one buys shares in a company as a collector's
Agree.
item.
Agree.
The additional chain could be a collector's item, but it's
That's what I'm
never
talking
worth that 10 million.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about so the chain
Yeah.
is a collector's item. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's never worth the money you're gonna invest. So the whole thing, I think personally, or I do believe that the people who have the money to invest or to buy this share, because apparently, JC also sent out a notice out there saying that the rights to reasonable doubt, which is the crown jewel of that company, it will expire somewhere in 2000 in 3 or 4 years. So that's already telling you that
I think
um,
what expires?
the right,
I thought it was 7. Is it 3 to 4?
the right of that. He said a date. They sent out a. Let me look up real quick.
I think I saw 7, but it could be 4. But in any case, there is a limited amount of time that you can profit
Yeah,
from the shares. Yeah.
or at least from the biggest. So he said the rights. So he said the rights are until 2031. So that's 7. Yeah, you're right on that. So it's limited time. It's already putting the.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much revenue that album is getting, but that might impact the value as well of those shares.
Yeah. And you're a minority shareholder as well. So when you buy it, you'll be a minority shareholder because 2/3 are still owned. Does Biggs still own the his 1/3?
Oh yeah, from what I know, he didn't sell it off. So
Okay, so you're a minority, so it's 3 times 1/3. You would have 1/3, but you don't know Biggs and Jay-Z. So they probably have a longer relationship than you, and
yeah.
so they probably have a deal already, or agreements. And hey, but so that so
But
just to be, but and just to be clear, so the collector's item I'm talking about, the investment into the collector's item is purely the chain.
yeah,
If it's a real chain, if it's the original chain as well, so that's something you're hoping you're hoping not to get finessed on. But
but
yeah.
going back to why he's anchoring at 10. So the it was revealed through, let's say, the investigation of the court that Dame is in a tough spot, and that's an understatement. What happened? You're asking yourself. He has 8.7 million in back taxes and nearly 200,000 in unpaid child support. So the decision to auction off this share isn't just about settling debt, it's also about maybe survival at this point.
It's definitely survival at this point.
Yeah, so it's I mean, we're talking about survival over here, and it's a shame because a guy who's been part of the history of hip hop, a very important, because let's not forget, Rockefeller brought us a couple of the best talents out there in their time. Guys like Benny Siegel, Freeway Ricky. Hey, they even brought out Kanye. Don't forget about that. And he I mean, Dame, you can say what you want about Dame, but you have to respect the guy. People are starting to clown him out here because he's officially broke. It's a shame. And he had something to say about why he's broke. Fair use. This is what he himself had to say.
Somebody asked me how I got so broke. Investing in my dreams. You know, when you're investing in your dreams and you dream big, you're always gonna be broke. You'll have a lot of shit, but I don't have no money for nobody else. That's what you call broke. But that's what it is. Long dreams. But either way, I'm gonna get with y'all. Stay tuned. I'm curious to see how it all rolls out. But you know, if we got somebody asked me how.
Yeah. This tells you also another story. Be very careful how you spend your money, because you can overspend and end up like any other basketball player or professional athlete out here, where you earn your money at a certain period of time and then you overspend, and at the later stage of your life you end up in red. RJ.
Yeah, he said something else though that I want to talk about, that I want to give my remark on, and that's that he claims he has a lot of things, but no money for nobody else. What I think he's saying is
Does possessions make you rich?
what I think he's saying. Well, what I think he's saying is that he structured his company, his finances in such a way that they can get to the money that he does have. But Dame is the same person that went on various podcasts and said, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about passion. You need to do it for love. Money isn't everything. Money isn't everything. You need to do it for love. I lose. So he went on various platforms saying, um, yeah. So yeah. He doesn't think money is everything. Well, I mean, you need to watch out what you say, because the universe listens. The universe is like, oh, you don't worry about money, then I'll give a person that does worry about money. And so you can't keep investing in dreams. They say invest in your. You need to invest in what you're good at so you can finance your dreams. Dreams are oftentimes liabilities, not assets. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in the past as well, right? The problem with Dame has been his reputation. Your reputation precedes you in business. It can be something good or it can be something bad. When it's negative, it can impact your future earnings. Dame has been known as a hothead. Everyone knows these videos. You can Google them, YouTube them. You can see him going off in the boardrooms back in the days at not Rockefeller. What's the name of that? Def Jam. Def Jam boardrooms, storming into meetings, talking crazy, being overly aggressive. At a certain point, you start burning bridges. And I think that's also a thing. When you start burning bridges, you definitely in a business like the music business, it will hurt you on the long term. And in addition, your I'm not gonna say your main money cow, but well, Jay-Z broke off all business relationships, direct business relationship with you. So people will have to people think always, and maybe that is true in certain situations, you have to choose a side. And it's clear that they chose the side of the winning party. In this case, it's Jay-Z. They think if they affiliate with you, Jay-Z might look at them differently. So they would rather join the side of Jay-Z than your side, which means that your reputation has cost you. The let's say the break between you and Jay has cost you because people will choose his side. Um, and when things keep piling up, rumors, situations like with currency and stuff like that, where it was alleged that that he did some shady stuff in that contract. Um, People don't want to work with you anymore, and at a certain point, even though you might have 10 million, but one thing people always forget is when someone has 10 million or 20 million or 100 million, your spending pattern also changes. So you can say he has 10 million, but if his burn rate is 500,000 a month, yeah, you count how much that is a year.
20 months, you're done. That's less than 2 years.
Yeah. So I mean, these things. I think it's a shame, but it also, and that's what we try to do at a double thought. Learn from situations like this. Like, you got to learn from other people's mistakes in life, so you don't make the same mistakes yourself. I have a lot of respect for Dame as a businessman, the things he has accomplished in the past, but at the same time, he has weaknesses, and you have to learn how to maneuver in business situations. That's something that will separate you from others in business. At a certain point, people have to, they don't have to like you, but you have to have a certain level of bond with people, because if they don't have that bond, hey, it's business, it's nothing personal, but I'm not gonna deal with you. I'm not gonna I don't want to deal with a disrespect. RJ.
Yeah. So I think this is gonna be the final take before we move to the next segment. You talked about receiving 10 million and burning 500,000 a month, but you also said, I believe in the beginning, you also talked about what he owes, and if you count it, you have 10 million. You owe you get 10. Let's say you get a purchase price of 10 million. You get a 10 million. With a 10 million, 8.7 million will go to the to the tax authorities.
Yeah.
Which means that you will keep 1.3 million. 1.3
If it
million.
reaches 10.
You have 900, you have about 200,000 in child support. That's 1.1 million. And you lost the case against a movie producer. I don't know if that also needs to be paid. 822.
That's what it started about. So that's
That's
about
what it
1
started.
million.
So we're already at less than a
It
million.
needs a 10. It's survival.
We're less than a million. And that million needs to be gross, because if that needs to be net. Because if that million is gross, then you still need to sell off some stuff in order to pay off everything he owes. So
it's a bad look, man.
And these are the debts we know he has, right? These are the debts we know he has. These are the ones that have been acknowledged by the court of law. We don't know how many ongoing cases there are.
Or upcoming.
Or are coming, yeah. So maybe there are ongoing court cases or pending court cases. And I mean, if he has his assets divided in a legal structure that's safe, then there would be a limit, right? So he won't be stripped of his clothes as well. But just goes to show that you in life, you can't burn bridges. You can only go around and burn bridges just because a person doesn't see eye to eye with you. You need to add water to the wine. You need to be able to cooperate with people, because on your own it's going to be difficult. And you can keep saying, yeah, I'm financing my dreams, yeah, but there comes a time that your resources will run out. So we need people, and sometimes people are more connections are more important than
ideas.
Yeah.
You can have the greatest ideas, but people, you still need friends to get these ideas sometimes off the ground. I mean, anyway, it's a shame. It's a shame. But hey, choices you make in life will haunt you at a certain point.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know. It's your turn. Let us know what you think about this whole Dame Dash situation, man. Is he a victim of his own ambition, or is he just part of, let's call it, someone chasing his big dreams? Do you think someone will actually bid 10 million or snag the original Rockefeller shares for less? Let us know in the comments what you think. And yeah, RJ.
Yes, let us know in the comments what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. And with that being said, we can move to the short thought segment. KR.
Yeah, short thought. Let's close this show with the usual short thought where we dive into, let's say, commonplace situations or trending news. Really short. The first topic of today: gamblers are dumping stocks to bet on sports. So, according to a recently published paper, since sports betting has become more accessible, with most states legalizing betting on your phone or on the internet over the past few years, every dollar spent on a sports bets account uh, is a drop of $2 in the household's net investments. So gambling takes a toll on Americans' checkbooks, research shows. So what this means is that people are spending what used to be investment money now on bets, big bets. They try to hit big. RJ.
Yes. Oh my God. Let me. You would think, KR, that people learn their lessons, right?
Who are you talking to? Humans? People? They never learn. They just recycle the same concept 30 years later.
I don't understand why. But I understand why.
It is easy to understand. I can explain to you why this happened.
It's the quick win. You want the quick win. And so it's appealing to, I know fools out there who play parlays for $1.
There's nothing to win there, dude.
But if you do win, but that's also a long-term strategy, right? So long-term strategies, oftentimes you might laugh, but if you put $1 and you put a parlay, 15 games, and everything, it needs to hit every single time. Listen to this. Let's take NFL for example.
Yeah.
Let's say you only bet in the regular season. Take 10 games, a 10-game parlay. I believe you have 17 games right now. So that would mean $17 a season.
Yes.
Let's say if you win in the 5th season, you spend $75. But what's the upside? Sometimes the upside can be amazing. But people don't want that. They want the quick win now. So it's like
they want the $200 bet.
Yeah.
They'd rather spend $200, $50, and not only once a week. They do it multiple times in the same week.
Yeah.
So,
and who scores first? What's gonna be the difference? So the difference scores. So a lot of things that you can bet on, and it's easy because it's like, and that's also the trick, right? Because a parlay is you put $1 and then you put or an amount, and you have to wait until everything happens. But if you're gonna bet, some people bet per game.
Yes.
So that's 5 here, 5 there, 5 there. You already bet 15. 3 games.
I think partially it has to do with the concept of people with investment, right? A lot of people have the idea that investment on stocks is pure gambling, and that you cannot predict certain stocks going over or under. There is a level of uncertainty to investing, but the average person doesn't understand stock investment, and that leads to them looking at the both propositions and saying, hey, it's the same. The one, if I put here $200, maybe in a year it will be $250. The other, if I put here 200 on the betting, hey, that could be 3,000 today. And here comes the short-term gratification situation. People are inclined to choose for now. And then in that case, what you said, they will choose for the betting. And I mean, a lot of people don't think about, so just for those who don't understand, he was referring to me. Sometimes I do $1 bets. I admit it. Parlays, crazy. Well, so I have my max, but a lot of people don't do max. They just bet 50, and they win. But most of the times, if you look on wins versus losses, it's usually the other way around. You win enough to maybe stay at zero, or you don't win enough and you go in the minus. So that's the biggest problem here with stocks and bonds and all that stuff. You can do some research and find out more about the company, how it's being run. It takes more time, and though people don't have that commitment, they don't
Patience.
have
Yeah, they don't have the patience.
patience. It's more than just that. So I think, yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, it's a result of people not being taught about financial tools. That's my opinion on this.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about this?
No, nothing else. We can move to the next topic.
Okay, the last topic of today is FBI's most wanted cult leader hiding in the underground bunker. Apollo Kuboloy, you ask yourself, that's one of the most FBI most wanted, accused of horrifying crimes. He's in the Philippines, and he's a self-proclaimed appointed son of God. But the Filipino police have decided to raid his 75-acre compound. For you guys, you understand how big 75-acre is? It's huge. But he's vanished without a trace. He's hiding. Some people are saying he's hiding beneath the earth, underground bunkers. Or is he protected by a loyal group of followers? He's not a regular cult leader. He claims he owns the universe and commands, people that are following his teachings, let's call it that way. Let's take a quick look at, let's not take a look. I'm going to only play the audio because it's also part of a news program. This is what I had to say about him. Fair use.
From being the self-proclaimed appointed son of God to becoming one of the most wanted men here in the country and in America, Raya Kapulang tells us about the rise and fall of Apollo Kibuloy.
Aside from being the leader of the religious group Kingdom of Jesus Christ, Pastor Apollo Kibuloy has called himself the appointed son of God. But who exactly is Kibuloy? According to data collected by the ABS-CBN Investigative and Research Group, Kibuloy was born on April 25, 1950 in Davao City. He is the youngest of 9 children of Jose Kibuloy and Maria Carrion. Kibuloy graduated from Bible College in 1972. He participated in evangelistic work at the United Pentecostal Church but was expelled due to teaching unorthodox doctrines and criticizing its pastors. Because of this, he established the Kingdom of Jesus Christ in Agdao, Davao City on September 1, 1985. It started with only 15 members. Now, it is said to have 4 million followers in the Philippines and 2 million in other countries. In 2003, Kibuloy founded Sunshine Media Network International. However, this became a center of controversy due to alleged political bias and misinformation. Kibuloy is also known as a supporter and close friend of former President Rodrigo Duterte. During the 2016 campaign period, Duterte admitted to receiving gifts, such as properties and vehicles, from the televangelist. Kibuloy also lent his airplanes and helicopters to Duterte. After his term, the former president can regularly be seen on SMNI. In March 2024, the former president was appointed as administrator of KOJC Properties. Kibuloy has faced various complaints related to labor, sex trafficking, rape, and child abuse between 2018 and 2024. In February,
So he is accused of crazy stuff, but he also has a big following, as you could hear. The question is, can they find him? RJ, do you think they will be able to find him? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said depends. It depends what they mean with underground. So if they're talking about Hades' underworld, then they won't find him for sure. But if he's really like hiding, and if it's really true that he has a lot of followers, then the followers will try to hide him.
To give you an idea, this is the compound, part of the compound in the picture.
I mean, can you make it bigger?
No, it's a video.
All right. Let me see. Okay, so 75,000 capacity indoor KJC King Dome Cathedral for 75-acre site. Quibuloy's air hangar, wow, with taxiway leading to Davao International Airport. So he has his private plane. Sprawling Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound where preacher is hiding with followers in underground tunnels. Davao International Airport. Wow. 3-level basement beneath mansion to reveal levels for women considered most attractive. Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound.
Yeah. So this is
compound.
He's multi-millionaire. The question is, can a multi-millionaire disappear? Actually, not only a multi-millionaire, a most wanted multi-millionaire. Can he disappear with help of, I mean, let's face it, 4 million loyal followers within the Philippines and also 2 million outside? You would have a network.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Nothing else to add from my end. That yeah, I mean, people keep falling for these things. People, as soon as people start to realize that the relationship between themselves and God or the universe or whatever you want to call it, it's a personal individual. It's a personal relationship that you have. No one you can't have it through a church, but I mean, they're gonna save so much pain, so much disappointment in their lives. But as long as they don't trust, as long as they don't have faith, KaiR. Everyone talks about God, God, God. Why don't you have faith when things are going good or when things are going bad? Why don't you have faith that your hard work is gonna pay off one day? Why don't you have faith? As soon as I mean, they'd rather, it's easier to go to a place to a place where people tell them what they need to do. And when they're by themselves in the real world and they find themselves in problems, then they don't know what to do because, oh no, then they need to solve the problem themselves. So what's the solution? Go more frequently to the church, go more frequently to the spiritual advisor. That means the more frequent you are there, the more people will someone else will tell you what you need to do. And if you're not careful and if you're not critical, you start believing people like this. So, hey, I think that he can hide to a certain extent, but the people who help him hide will have leverage over him. unless he deletes them. So that's the only way. But if he is the king of the universe, then, like I said, maybe the underground is Hades. Maybe maybe he's with Hades right now, and he's already home. In which case, they won't find him. But in any case, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinion about this topic. We want to thank you if you've made it this far for watching and with watching and listening. Really thankful for your support, thankful for your engagement. We're seeing the channel grow slowly but surely. We're also talking more comfortably. We're talking more, and we're getting the positive feedbacks. People saying, "Hey, why aren't you bigger than you already are?" First of all, how would you
Tell
know?
your friends. That's why. You don't tell your friends.
Yeah, go share it, guys. Share the video, share the channel with other people who might find this content interesting and entertaining, of course. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other social. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification icon. As we always say, let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section. And until next time, guys, peace.
Peace. Piece of cake.